welcome back to my channel. My name is Pika and I do fragrance reviews. So welcome back everybody. In today's video it's going to be something that some of you have requested. Some of you have sent me some DMs about Xerjoff fragrances or Xerjoff, and I thought to myself, right, what are the most appealing to women, I would say, out of their entire collection. Most of these are either from the JTC or Shooting Stars collection. And before I get into this video, I have to preface something, because YouTube reviewers almost suggesting that people who have never tried Xerjoff before go ahead and buy a bottle. And me personally, I wouldn't recommend that. If you're not very comfortable with the brand, i.e. if you've never tried any of their fragrances before, what you will notice is that Xerjoff is very, very unique. All of their blends are incredibly unique. So when it comes to blind buying and just buying their fragrances in general, please, please, please sample first. Don't just go ahead and buy it because this reviewer told you to. No, 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 please. Because with Xerjoff, first of all, it's expensive. Second of all, it's very unique. And third of all, it does interact very differently with everybody's skin. And I'll show you one fragrance which people have either a love-hate kind of relationship with. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. So the first fragrance that I have is called Club JTC. So this is from the Join the Club collection. And if you guys don't know, basically Join the Club is all around societies and different stores that Xerjoff usually makes fragrances for. So sometimes it might be like a, I don't know, like a polo club or a smokers club, you know. And this one is around Harvey Nichols. So this one was launched in 2019, and I was fortunate enough to actually smell it when it first kind of hit the stores, and I absolutely fell in love. So this fragrance, like with many of the JTC, they don't reveal all of the notes, and that's perfectly fine because luckily I can smell most of them and I'll be able to give you guys a good idea of how this smells like. This to me is definitely more of a warmer floral gourmand. It does have rose. The rose in here is very pink, like a beautiful centifolia rose, nothing too harsh or too heavy. Sometimes rose can go into that very mature kind of realm, and sometimes people don't get on with it very well. But this one is very pink. It's almost like Taif rose, or as I said, like a centifolia type rose. And then on top of that, you have coffee. Now the coffee in here is very reminiscent of Intense Cafe, if you guys know that one from Montal. But the coffee in here is definitely smoother. It's not so as, I would say in Intense Cafe, it's not very there, but this one is more like a mixture of like a latte, maybe even a mocha, because it kind of has chocolatey touches as well. And then as well as that, you definitely get caramel and vanilla, and that softens up this fragrance overall. It's very soft. The rose can be a little bit on the synthetic side as well as the vanilla. The vanilla gives me vanillin vibes, which is sometimes a little bit harsher, but this is like a more refined version of Intense Cafe, if you know that fragrance. So this is beautiful for women, especially women who like more gourmand, warmer, rosy fragrances like Mancera's Rose Vanille or Intense Cafe, or even Rose Oud combos. This is a great alternative. So that is Club by JTC collection. Following on from the JTC kind of theme, we're going into JTC 400, which is this bad boy. And I literally went absolutely insane when I first received it, because I've been wanting this fragrance for a very long time, and I got it last year, quite some time back actually now. And initially I'd first smelt it in Selfridges, and the reason behind the name is because this is obviously Join the Club for Selfridges, and Selfridges is number, I think, 400 on Oxford Street, so that's why it's named JTC 400. Now this one is such a a very unique fragrance. And this is what I was saying about Xerjoff in general. Like, you have to be careful, guys, because Xerjoff can be very unique, and this one might offend some people. So just keep that in mind. Sample it first. It's now available on the Xerjoff Universe website, which is their online shop, and you can buy, I think, 4 samples for 25 euros, which isn't too bad. And this one you can include, and now they have it in the 50 ml. So this is the 100 ml. The 50 ml is much smaller. This one is yeah, quite a big boy. So let's get into the fragrance. Now this one, this one kind of plays a magic trick on your skin, because it has notes in here which aren't really listed, and again, most of the notes are vaulted anyway, so I don't know, you will anyway kind of smell notes that you might not think are there. So for me, this one has a really huge note of jasmine, and as you guys know, I am a jasmine fanatic, both a normal white bushy jasmine all the way to like an indolic, very in your face kind of jasmine fragrance. That's the type of realm that I like. I'm very bipolar with my fragrance taste, and this is no exception. So the beginning has notes like bitter orange. Oh gosh, this is so good. Bitter orange, it has ylang. So right at the top, you do definitely get like a citrusy kind of touch, but you are definitely hit with a dark sweetness, and that dark sweetness is coming from honey. Now, the way I described this before, it's almost like a manuka honey kind of fragrance, where it's quite dark, bitter, very sticky, sweet, almost like what's that? Not like maple syrup, but even darker than that, like treacle. That's it, treacle. This is almost like treacle, but in a honey version. And then also has ylang ylang. As I said, I also get a really strong note of jasmine. Don't know where that's coming from. It also has cedar, vetiver, but mostly you do get a very soft woody base, soft, sweet woody base. Slight patchouli vibes as well, a little bit wet. But overall, all you can imagine with this one is it's very regal, it's sweet, and it's heavy. So it's perfect for the full time. I'll definitely include this in my full fragrances video once I do it. And yeah, for women, if you really want to impress somebody, blow them away while smelling incredibly unique, this is the fragrance for you. So that's JTC 400. So next we're going in the Shooting Stars collection, and this time I'm going to give you guys a fruity tropical fragrance perfect for the summer, for women and men, but especially for women. I think it works really well on our skin, and this one will not surprise any of you. It's Cruz del Sol 2, and can you see how much I've already worn of this? It's insane. I absolutely love this. I layer it with Mayreet. I layer it with Moonlight in Heaven. There are so many fragrances you can layer this with, and it smells incredible. I've layered it with the Herb from Dhajala, which is that beautiful passion fruit fragrance. So this is just a dream come true. If you love mango, look no further. And I'm going to be doing a mango fragrance video very soon, because I honestly believe, this is not me being biased at all, but I honestly believe I have the best mango collection ever. I have about 6 fragrances-ish that are all very heavy in mango, all the way from, you know, like designer to niche realm. And I think you guys will absolutely go wild over that video. So that one is definitely coming up. But in the meantime, this is an incredible fragrance. It has guava, pineapple, dried fruit, milk. The one thing that you do have to take into consideration is that the milk can play havoc on people's skin. And this is what I was saying about Xerjoff in the very beginning. It's such a unique brand. It's an Italian brand, very showy, beautiful. I mean, that's why you can see all of these finer details like the Egyptian head, which is what they're, you know, what they were after when it came to the packaging. But overall, what you have to keep in mind is that the ingredients can play havoc on people's skin. Some go amazing, some go a little bit sour. Like, for example, one of my friends, she said that on her skin it becomes quite a sour milk note and it doesn't really work. So please test this before buying it, because it's an expensive fragrance. All of these are expensive, and this is what I was saying. please sample it before you buy it. But this is absolutely gorgeous, has a great projection, great sillage. I get a lot of compliments from this one. So that is Cruz del Sur 2. So kind of going with that theme of fruity, I also have a fragrance which was originally recommended by my beautiful friend Giselle. And as you guys know, me and her have literally the exact same fragrance taste. If there was a person that was like a twin me fragrance wise, it is Giselle. And you know, luckily we have a beautiful relationship as well, and we always recommend each other fragrances. And this one, can you see how much I've worn of it? And I bought this semi recently, so yeah, that's all I have to say. But I believe this one is also from the Shooting Stars collection. And if you guys have ever seen the Shooting Stars collection, you usually get like a meteorite that goes with the package when you receive it, which I think is quite a cool feature. It just makes it a little bit more special, a little bit more luxe. And this fragrance is a fruity, floral, musky fragrance. This works really well in the summer heat, as well as in the spring as well. So it has melon, it has orange, iris, it has a bit of lily of the valley, which I pick up a lot. For some reason, I have no clue why. It also has vanilla and musk. So overall, it definitely has a bit of a tanginess in the very beginning with that orange and melon. And you do definitely still get that throughout the fragrance. This I would class as a sweet fragrance, but it's more so on the mature side because the musk gives it like a powderiness as well as the iris. This is like a orris roots type fragrance. You know, when it goes a little bit powdery and buttery, this is what I get from this specific fragrance. Guys absolutely love this on women. So as a woman, I would highly recommend this, especially in the spring and summer. And I really hope that they never discontinue it because I will continuously buy bottles of this. And yeah, that's Lua by Xerjoff. So the next fragrance that I have is called Ibitira or Ibitira, and this is how it looks like. So this is the sample, of course. I don't have the full bottle, but in the future, I'm definitely going to buy the full bottle because I've sampled this quite a few times and it's such an amazing iris fragrance. It's powdery, it's very uplifting, it's slightly citrusy. So I'm just going to spray this on my hand. Oh, it's so beautiful. It really reminds me of Pierre de Lune by Armani in that kind of like white opaly head bottle. And in the beginning you get lemon, you get violet and iris, and then goes down into musk. It smells quite powdery, makeup-y, very feminine, citrusy. The violet in here, usually I absolutely despise violet, as you guys know, but it's very toned down. For me, it's a little bit on the candied violet vibe, which isn't too bad. And it's very toned down because the iris takes over, which is very nice, as well as the musk. This is like a clean white musk. It's not like a damp, quite heavy musk that some older fragrances kind of have, some more vintagey fragrances. And this one I believe is quite old as well. Like it was released some time ago now, so it's not a newer fragrance. And by the way, guys, sorry if it looks slightly different. My camera died, so I had to reset it, and hopefully it doesn't look too bad. So that is that. So yeah, maybe in the future I might buy a bottle of it. I'm not too sure at the moment. All I know is that I absolutely love it, and I have since sampling it many a time. So maybe it's my time to finally bite the bullet and get a bottle. You never know. Very feminine, classy, elegant, powdery, perfect for any woman. Ibitira by Xerjoff. So guys, the last fragrance that I have is again another sample because I wanted to give you guys, especially us ladies, a very large option bank that you can choose from, and maybe fragrances that you haven't heard of before, because usually when it comes to Xerjoff, loads of people talk about the same fragrances, whereas I think there are some hidden gems, especially for us ladies, that I think you will definitely benefit from. So this is called Dhajala. Dhajala. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. Absolutely beautiful name, first of all. Second of all, gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. Let me spray this. Again, very unique. So please never ever blind buy Xerjoff, first of all. And second of all, please sample this one because it's very unique. So I'm just going to spray some here. Oh, wow. This is so incredible. So different as well. Wow. So this is very ambery, very resinous, a little bit medicinal as well. You know when you have those syrups that you used to have as a child, it kind of has that in the very beginning, quite resinous, sweet, heavy, medicinal, but that slowly goes away, and then you get the oomph of the amberiness and the sweetness. And although it's not listed, to me, I definitely get patchouli, like a wet patchouli vibe, and it really reminds me of coromandel, very much so. This is like an amberier, sweeter version of coromandel with some floral touches like jasmine. I get a lot of white florals in here. Overall, it doesn't have a lot of lift, it's quite heavy. So this one is definitely more suited for winter, fall. It's not really suitable for any other weather just because it is so dense and it's sweet and it's heavy and it's resinous. So if you're not into that, I would not recommend it for you. But for us women, I think sometimes having a very unique and different fragrance is worth having in your collection. This one is also quite regal. It smells very rich. It is quite expensive, first of all, but second of all, I think it's worth it because the quality in here is absolutely insane. You can definitely smell that it's very high quality. It lasts like nothing else. This Xerjoff in general also always has very good performers, very long lasting fragrances. This one, wow, this one throws all of them out the ballpark because this is so unbelievably long lasting, very strong, semi-projecting, but just very long lasting. So keep that in mind. Very good quality, amazing fragrance, very unique. So if you're into that, please ladies, give it a go. I think you'll definitely enjoy it. And yeah, so my loves, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, thumbs up, all of that jazz. And also, if you wonder why I didn't include fragrances like Grand Barlow and all of these very popular Xerjoff feminine fragrances, it's quite literally because quite a lot of people talk about them and I prefer to give you something different. Some of these fragrances smell very unique as well, so they give you just a different option compared to some that are out there in the YouTube world / Fracon world. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and I will catch you later. Bye guys.